Hey guys, welcome to this next Python video. In this video, we're going to have a look at test-driven development, also known as TDD, and how we can use test-driven development when writing tests for our code in Python. We'll quickly look at what test-driven development is, and then we'll walk through an example of using test-driven development approach for a simple Python program. So test-driven development is essentially the process of iteratively writing tests before your code in short cycles. You initially write a test that fails, and then you write the code to make that test pass. So you implement or modify the code until that test no longer fails, and then you refactor to make sure that the code quality is still maintained. You continue to do this in a cycle until both of your tests and your code are complete. So why would we use test-driven development? The idea behind this is that every step in the development process should have a plan of how we're going to measure or verify that the goal's been met. Writing tests first means that we define the goal and begin coding with a clear image of what it looks like to have that step done. The test passes. Writing tests before actually coding also makes you think harder about the problem, as it makes you think about what the expected behavior is, and it exposes the edge cases early. So test-driven development is a recommended programming approach if you want to ensure and maintain high code quality. Let's now do an example of using the test-driven development approach to write a simple Python program. The function we want to write is a findIndex function that takes in two parameters, a number and a numbers list, and returns the index of the given number in that list of numbers. Before we actually go about writing any code, we're going to start writing some tests. So let's start with a simple example where we pass in a list and a number, and we want to make sure that the function returns the correct index for that number. So remember in PyTest, we want to call a function test something. I've created test findIndex, and then I'm going to use the function findIndex with some sample data. So I've created a list of numbers, and then I'm going to call findIndex and look for the index of 5 in my list. Finally, I'm going to assert that it's returned 1 since 5 is at index 1. Now let's run our code, and as you can see, it's failed as we expected. So we've written a test that fails, and we now want to change our function to make sure that this test passes. Alright, so in this function, let's simply loop through the list and then return the index that we spot number. Alright, so as you can see, I've looped through numbers list and then returned the index if we find a match. Now let's run the tests again. And as you can see, it's passing. So that's our first iteration of test-driven development. Say I wanted to change this code so that rather than just finding the number in the list, I wanted to be able to find the closest number in the list if that number doesn't exist. So let's create another test. So I want to find the number closest to 17. And in this case, 18 is the closest to 17, so we want it to return 3. If we run the test again, as you can see, one of the tests failed, saying that none equals 3. So in our current implementation, since the number wasn't found, we're not returning anything, and so result was actually none instead of 3. Let's change this implementation so that it works. So I'm going to keep track of the smallest distance. Alright, so I've modified the code so that it calculates the index at which the number with the smallest distance from the passed-in number exists and then returns that index. Now let's try to run the code again. And great, so as you can see, 2 tests are passed. So you'll notice that we've set the initial distance to 999. Suppose we want to be able to cater for differences that are greater than 999. We'll need a different approach for keeping track of the smallest distance. So let's add another test for this. So I've created an example where the distance between our number and the smallest number in the list is greater than 999. Let's try and run this code again. As you can see, it's now failing. So since it didn't return 1000 or 1001 since the distance was too large, it returned -1, but we want it to return 0. Let's go ahead and modify our code to make sure this test passes. Alright, so as you can see, we're now using the difference between the first element in the list and number as the initial value for smallest distance instead. To avoid this causing any out-of-index errors, we're also adding a check at the beginning for if numbers list has no elements. Alright, so let's try and run the tests again. Great, so all 3 tests are passing. Alright guys, so that's it for this test-driven development example. Hopefully it's become clear to you guys how test-driven development is useful for clearly defining the requirements for our code and working on things in an incremental approach where you know where each step is done once the test passes. Hope you guys learnt something. Thanks for listening.